Hello YouTube! So I'm 33 weeks pregnant today and I'm in the baby's room because it's a nice sunny day and the baby's room always gets lots of sunshine, so I thought I'd sit in here. And also I've got a couple of things to show you guys, so makes it easier. You see, got my Moses basket just here. So this week there's actually quite a lot to say, so this video might go on a bit, but I'm going to try and make it as quick as possible. I am sorry though if it does drag. Right. So generally quite well. Energy levels are much better since I've been sort of adjusting my diet to include more iron, which I'm really pleased about. I feel quite sure that the next time they check, my iron levels will be back up. I have got a slight case of the sniffles at the moment, so my nose feels very sore. And Mum and I have both had it, but we seem to have avoided like the real nasty thing which is going around at the moment, which is like a kind of flu virusy thingy. And a few family members of ours have had it. We've had like people that we know from down in the south calling up and saying, "Are you okay? You know, have you managed to avoid having the flu?" And so far, so good. So I'm kind of hoping it's going to stay that way. Yeah, so I had my 32-week scan this morning. Obviously it's not quite 32 weeks, they couldn't fit me in during my 32nd week, so but that went really well and everything is looking absolutely fine. She was a really good sonographer. It wasn't the one that I've had before, but she was really good. She explained everything to me. Baby is actually now head down, which is good. I had no idea. I actually thought they were still up the way, you know, the other way around, but apparently not. And we didn't get a picture this time, but Mum did take a few photos of me being scanned and stuff. And baby is 4 pounds and 1 ounce at the moment, which is absolutely like dead on the target, which I find amazing because I never have anything like this. Nothing ever seems to be normal where I'm concerned, but everything is normal and they're all kind of like squished up at the moment. Placenta's working fine. Apparently that's on this side of my belly, and it's all working fine. It's not in the way or anything. So this is really, really good news. I don't know why. Like, I just always kind of doubt myself and my ability to actually produce anything normal. But so far so good, and probably when I go for my consultation on Friday they're gonna tell me if they think I need another scan or not. So, but I mean, if baby's putting on like half a pound each week, then that should work out maybe like a 7.5 pound baby, and that's if I go to like 40 weeks. So yeah, anyway. So that's all very encouraging. What else? I had a yoga session yesterday and Mum joined in on that. That was really good. It really helped with some of the sort of the ligament pain that I've been having, and the kind of like pelvic floor pain. I've also been kind of getting, it hasn't happened all that much, like once or twice, but I get this pain in my side, in my right side. And it feels like you know when you've been running and you get like a stitch in one side, that kind of like, oh, you know, it feels like that. And it's only if I'm moving around, and I don't even necessarily have to be really active, but like if I'm upright and I'm walking and I'm sort of being active, it intensifies the longer I'm up moving. So if I sit down for at least a good 10 minutes, that'll make it go away. But anyway, so it's been helping with that. My yoga instructor is kind of encouraging me to like take things that I really like with me into the labour, you know, into the delivery room and stuff like that. So like photographs that make me feel good, you know, have maybe like some essential oils that I like the smell of, and she's even encouraged me to like make like little cakes and stuff. No, she actually gave us some treats yesterday. She brought along with her, bless, some carrot cake, and she brought some flapjacks with like apricots and dates in them, just to give an example of the kind of thing that she meant. And they were really yummy, so thank you to her. And it looks like I'm going to be getting a birthing ball, because like I've used them a couple of times now during yoga and I really like them, and they're just fun also. So I'm going to be looking for those. I've been doing loads of research into cloth nappies, and I pretty much think I'm going to just go ahead and try this. And probably, I mean, it's been recommended to me that I use regular nappies in the first like week or so, just once the meconium has, you know, passed through their system, and then move on to onto cloth nappies. But I've been really enjoying doing all that research. And one of the things, whilst I was researching, I was kind of like, oh, this is really expensive though, I don't know how I'd afford this at all. But turns out that I'm entitled to maternity allowance, and the figures came through. So that's really good. It's going to help out loads. I'm going to be getting about £500 or so every month, but they're paying me on a 2-week basis, so I'll get about roughly £250 every 2 weeks, which is going to really help. And it means that I can like afford the buggy that I want, and probably afford to get the cloth nappies that I want, and you know, all the big stuff. Received a package actually from, well, I didn't know who it was from. When I opened it, there were all these baby clothes inside, like knitted baby clothes. And I opened the letter, and the letter was from Gio's mom and dad. And his mom had made me like all these baby clothes. I mean, I'm really appreciative, obviously, and it's really generous of her to do this. But I kind of like, I have too many clothes in that size now, and they're kind of like, some of them are quite thick and woolly. She had really gone to town. There were like 4 cardigans, and all of them had like matching hats, scratch mittens, and booties, as well as a couple of other sets of hats, booties, and scratch mitts, and it was incredible. So thank you to them. It is also a little bit awkward because I don't think Gio's told them that we're not together. That is like a whole other story, and I don't even want to get into that right now. I bought my sterilizer and bottle kit. I'll show you them in a minute, but they weren't very expensive. I got them from Amazon, new. It's a microwave sterilizer, so that means that we had to like resurrect the microwave, which we haven't used in so long. So long. I mean, I'm a little bit suspicious of microwaves anyway. Like, I don't use them. I can't remember the last time I actually used a microwave. But, yeah. So we're going to use it, obviously, to sterilise. And that's fine. And I got my bottle kit, which is a newborn starter set by Philips Avent. So, yeah. I'll just show you guys my belly and do the belly measurement, and then I'll film the other bits. Oh, I feel really tired though today. I don't really know why, but I do. I'll just crouch a bit just so you can see. So baby's head is like right down here now, and their back is like up along this side, and their feet, that's what pokes me in the ribs so often, and like around here. So that's what they are, that's how they're sitting at the moment. The placenta is on this side, and that was kind of cool to see. She showed us. So yeah, I think last week I was something like still 31 and a half, so we'll see if it's any different today. So I think I've got that line. Belly button is completely popped out. There's no more, it can't pop out any further basically. And it doesn't look too bad. Although I had somebody like say, oh, it looks like a penis hanging out of your belly. It was like, yeah, thanks. Kinda already do that, but thanks for telling me anyway. So, 32 and a half. Looks like I've put on about an inch. which is great. So baby's plumping up nicely, and oh my god, they do have like the cutest side profile I've ever seen. They really do. It was really cute actually on the scan. They were obviously like, I think the sonographer figured that they were like chewing and sucking on the cord because it was all like piled up on their tummy basically, and they were obviously having a good old suck and an old chew. And then they gave the most huge yawn ever. It was massive. I mean, this is only a little 4-pound baby, but it was a big yawn. It's tiring, obviously, being in the womb. I'll show you guys the other bits and pieces. Hopefully the cord will reach. Right, so I think it's in this drawer. Yes. It's a bit of a mess at the moment because I haven't really been able to sort it out, but we've got one hooded cardigan, a red one, a little white one, which is probably my favourite, and then like a really quite a heavy duty Aran wool knitted like hooded cardigan. And then we got some scratch mitts and booties, another pair of booties, and 2 pairs of scratch mitts that go with that one in different sizes. That's the matching hat for that one. There's the matching booties and hat and everything that matches the white one. And I don't think these quite match the red, because they're just a slightly different colour red, but there's a red pair of booties and scratch mitts. So yeah. So that's quite a lot of knitted stuff. And that's just the little notes that came with it. So yeah, some bibs and little vests under there. More cardigans that were ours. That's probably one of my favourites. It's red and it's got little heart buttons, and it's got this little hood with like this little tassel on the end. It looks really cute. And some baby grows in there. Oh, that's just like sheets and blankets and stuff. And in here I've put the sterilizer and the bottle kit for now until I need them. So that's the sterilizer, and I did check that it fits. It does. Just because our microwave is pretty small, because we used to use it in the caravan for holidays and stuff, and so it had to be quite small, and it just about fits. So, and this is the bottle kit, so you get 2 bigger bottles and then 2 smaller bottles, plus some teats, a brush, and you get 2 like newborn baby soother things, which I don't know if I'll use, but I figured if they come as part of the kit, then that's fine. In that sterilizer you get an extra bottle, which is really cool. And yeah, my skin looks terrible because I've been blowing my nose so much. I mean, my nose is really rosy anyway, due to rosacea, which is something else entirely, but yeah. So I've also got my Q&A to do this week, so watch out for that. You still have time to get questions in if you want. I have had some really interesting ones. Yeah. If I do my Q&A and I edit it and everything, and you didn't get your question in, please still send me them, because I can still answer them in other videos, or I can put them in the description box. I don't know if anyone actually reads the description box, but I do put stuff in there. So yeah, I will speak to you guys next week for 34 weeks. Wow, 34 weeks. And I'm going to sneeze, so I'll speak to you guys next week. Have a good week. Take care. Bye.